Mia, how you been?
How are you? I'm well.
Good, good. Hold on, let me turn my music down for a second. I sent you guys an email. You guys kind of left me hanging.
When?
I don't know. Hold on. Like last week.
He
It was
didn't reach
about.
back out?
I just need
Yeah, he
What's
didn't
his
reach
name?
back out?
I don't think he did.
I'll send it
Hey,
to you. I'll
I
send
want
it
to.
to
I want
you.
to invite him to our block association.
Got it. I'm gonna text him now.
Good
That'd
evening.
be great.
Hey
Hey,
Valerie.
VJ Wills.
No, I don't know why that name is coming
Is
up
that
today.
your rap name?
It could be. It could be, but I'm not trying to have no concerts because y'all be all crushing up in there and stuff. People
Oh wow.
dying.
You know, I can't talk because I got an alias too. Hold on, let me change my name.
Oh, let me see if I can change my name. Oh, because that's my maiden name, Wills.
All right.
Let me see if I can
Okay.
change.
Yeah, you just got to click on that little three dots. If you move your cursor over your
Hey Ada.
Okay,
Hi.
cool.
How are
Ada's
you?
here. I haven't seen Ada in like 5 years.
Real.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I bumped into your brother though a while ago. I feel like what was that? I forget. I bumped into him a while ago.
Probably out and about. How is everybody?
Yeah, probably in the neighborhood.
Good. Ada, good to see you. Sorry I ignored your last two emails. I've just been swamped, but it summoned you to this meeting.
No, I don't consider ignoring. I just, pass stuff forward, and then if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
No, I appreciate it. We haven't quite gotten settled yet here. We just had our first meeting a few weeks ago, so we're still getting in the groove. But thank you for always passing stuff along. I appreciate it.
sure, no problem.
Primo,
So
you
did
got
you
a lot
get
of
my
flora
Primo?
back there, man.
What's up?
Did you get my the two venues?
I got the churches, right?
Right, because I didn't know how that stuff works, so I just
You did it
threw
right.
it in there.
You just
Okay,
type in
all
the
right.
background and then everybody can see it.
Okay, good.
But Valerie,
You know-
you're the only person who put stuff in there.
Oh, see? And I'm an OG and I'm trying to do like y'all young folks and stuff.
Oh, wait a minute. You didn't get what I put in, Primo?
Oh, maybe there was I don't know that I did actually. Let me open it
I
up.
actually put in, and it might be pie in the sky, but I actually put in the armory.
Oh, you put in the
Oh,
armory.
okay.
Okay. Because we talked about the armory and I wondered whether we had because Valerie's actually on the advisory board for the armory.
Mm-hmm.
And so we talked about it last time around. Our only concern was that they require vaccination.
So I have like a quick update on that. So the deal is that if the participants come in like as a school, if they're all coming in together with, we'll say PS3 and the teacher or whatever is there, and they come in with 25, 30, 40 students, all they have to do is sign in. But if Joshua and his mom comes from PS3 and then somebody else comes from PS25 and it's just one person and one adult, then they have to show their vaccine cards. But if they come in as if it's the school and it's a school group, because the school is not requiring people to be all vaxxed up.
Okay.
What do you think, Matthias? I see you making some faces.
Well, yeah, I'm making some faces, man, because you know what? The DOE has really restricted trips, any type of community trips. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but they are really uptight about taking kids, especially
Anywhere.
indoor spaces. So I think it's just going to be tough, in general, to find, because a lot of our students are not vaccinated, and a lot of venues do require it, right? So that's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit of a conundrum, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
The
But
only-
yeah, but I think like the community center, Major Owens Community Center, I think that's a prime location. Right?
Yeah, it
That would be
is.
wonderful if we could do that.
That would be great. Or the basketball court thing too. The basketball court or the auditorium, someone told me would be really good in the Armories. So
It would
It'll be fun.
probably be better in the Betty Carter
Yes.
Auditorium because
Yes.
it's open and they have more flexibility with the scheduling. Because on the basketball court, New Heights Youth,
yes.
they
Yeah.
have different programs and stuff and different things going on. So depending on the day of the week or what time it is, they may have that locked down for a group
Okay.
that's coming in. So the auditorium would probably be more open and available if we went that route.
And I figured they would be, they have to fulfill a certain requirement of community, engagement or whatever they have to. There's a community factor to the whole thing. And so it would be great it would be the community board, it would be a community event. I don't know, just do it out there. I don't know. And I don't even know what cost it would be or if they would charge. There's just so many factors.
They wouldn't charge us, would they, Valerie?
So with charging, I know that there is some kind of community benefit, but
Yes,
I'm not
that's
sure
it.
exactly, what that would be. It wouldn't be like the regular price. I can't, I don't want to say, I want to say maybe if the regular price is $1,000, maybe the community benefit might be $100, maybe. I don't know, but you have to find it out.
Okay. Maybe we can just reach out to Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Just formalize some correspondence with to Eric and lay out exactly what the vision is for the event, and we can get the yay or nay.
Who do you think is the best person to send that email?
We can send it from the board office.
Yeah? You think
Yeah.
that'd be the best response?
Yeah, definitely. And just copy you on it as, as chair, as committee chair.
All right. I love it. Let's do it. Let's pursue it. Let's see what the options are.
Yeah, the Armory is awesome. I took my daughter there for the Digital Girl event for Halloween. It's awesome in there.
Oh,
It'll be
wow.
great to
Oh, okay.
expose the kids from the community to the space.
I feel like they should do it for free. I feel like they would do it for free. It's good exposure for them. They're getting a lot of heat right now because they're getting roasted at the community board meetings.
Because I think what happens is with the health and wellness piece,
Yeah.
everybody is separate over there and stuff. They're trying to figure out how that membership goes because each person that's there is their own individual business. So they're actually running a for-profit business out of that center. And each person is saying raising money differently on how to cover the cost. For example, New Heights Youth, I think they're getting some dollars from the NBA. So they have a program that's 10 weeks that costs somebody $75, but because the NBA is involved, then it's free,
Yeah,
So it just depends on what their sponsorship is. That some things are like totally free, but then some things, they have to pay something because all of those people are actually vendors and they're paying rent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
I mean, I would hope they would do it for free. Actually, Eric was involved with the very first youth forum that we did. So, I think he would be amenable to the whole entire thing.
I think he's a good place to start because even if he can't do it, I heard in the past it was run at Medgar Evers.
Yeah.
Excuse me? What'd you say?
I heard that the first time it was run at Medgar Evers, right?
Yeah, and we actually had to pay for it too.
Oh, you had to pay for it too.
Yeah, we had to pay for it out of Medgar Evers. We had I was so shocked, but we did. I'm pretty sure we did pay for it. I know we were charged.
Yeah, we definitely did. We definitely
Okay.
paid for it. That's why we moved to the Beacon.
That's right. That's
'cause
right.
They were free. They offered
That's
it for
right.
free.
That's right.
But yeah, as I said, I think we're gonna run into like some, pandemic-related issues.
Even at Beacon, you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Because of like letting because essentially what the job fair is, you have people from various different schools, various different communities coming in. The people that are coming in, they're not coming in generally under a school trip, or they're not chaperoned. There's just no real way to check. All right. And I know that the DOE is super, super careful right now with.
Oh, right. For entry to schools, you have to show like a
Yeah.
vaccine card and stuff, right?
No, you don't have to do the vaccine card, but
The health screening at least.
yeah, there's a health screen. This is just a self-report, right? It's basically bullshit. It's just like, do you have COVID? Yes or no?
It's legit like check off 6 boxes, like.
Yeah, not even. There's like 3 boxes.
So that's
you-
something I was wondering. Well, first of all, good evening, everyone. But is it possible for them to use a health screening to get into the building? I know that recently, in terms of like going to do field work, like school trips, they've said that if the students don't need to be vaccinated as long as their chaperone is, and that's for like most places are allowing that. So I wonder if school will kind of shift, being that it is students that are coming into the building. And maybe we just need to check the vaccination status of the vendors, the adults that are coming in, but the students should be able to do a health screening.
So when
Okay,
you say health screening, what does that mean?
it's a piece of paper that asks you 3 questions. It's like, do you have a fever? Have you been in contact with somebody who has COVID? Do you have COVID?
And they have to do that every morning to enter the building. So I wonder if like that one would suffice, or if they need to do another one at the time of entry. There's usually a little QR code that they can just do it on their phone and just show the confirmation.
So I
I
think,
guess you can talk to Eric and find out,
yeah,
what options that may be available, since he has been a good partner in the past, and they're really trying to promote the Health and Wellness Center, and see what he can come up with. But I know for right now, if like I was there today, and the a baseball team actually came. They were on the field on the turf side, and they were fielding balls, but because they were with their coach, all they had to do was sign in. They didn't have to do any screening or anything. They just had to put their name, well, semi-screening. They did more trace things. Their name, their telephone number, and yeah, the name and their telephone number. And that was it, pretty much.
Oh, the
They didn't have to
contact
show their
tracing.
card or anything like that. But the individual mom coming in with her kids, but they go swimming, although the kids didn't have to show anything, mom had to show her card and her matching identification at the same time for her to come in.
Okay.
The reason why the team might not have had to show anything is because in order to play sports or be in like theater productions or anything in the schools, you have to be vaccinated. So to be on the team, they have to have the vaccination.
Oh, okay.
That's a good point too. Maybe, so it sounds like we should reach out to Eric tomorrow for sure. See what the possibility is. It feels like we should probably also reach out to Flatbush Beacon and see if that's a possibility. So that's,
It's also a possibility to look at MS61 right
yeah,
here.
100%. I mean, do you have a connection to MS61?
I don't. I think Diane Richardson, like I think has done some events there.
Yeah, we can reach out. That's our location for the general board meeting. And we can definitely reach out to Principal Dates and ask if we can submit an application for that event.
Okay. So we got Bedford Union Armory. All right, I do see you down there. on the-
Major R. Owen. Health and Wellness
Okay, all right,
Community
Valerie.
Center.
All right.
The
PSMS
rebranding, we get
61.
it.
Okay, so the Major R. Owen Center, the community board, so Mia will reach out. And then MSPS 61, that one's also Mia. And then the what's it called?
Beacon, you said?
Beacon, yeah,
Beacon.
thank you. Beacon, who should reach out there? I feel like
Jawara,
Matthias
what's his name? Is
Jawara.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's still there, and so is Ronique. Both of them are still there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Matthias, who do you feel like that would be best coming from you or from me or from someone else?
I think you can reach out. I mean, I don't mind, but I mean,
I'll reach out.
they
I'll
know,
CC
they know who
you.
you are.
Okay.
What's that?
I'll CC you.
Okay. Yep, I'll reach out. No worries.
No. I was saying I'll reach out, but I'll CC you on it.
Okay. Oh, just see him. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
got kids yelling in the background.
Yeah, no worries,
I mean,
no
I
worries.
don't know where these kids are. They walked into my house, and now my.
So I was at the last meeting. Is it January?
We're thinking about February actually.
Oh,
So we
okay.
we have January and February. So we have 3 dates on the sheet. So we have January 21st, January 27th, and February 2nd.
Okay.
Does that still feel like an appropriate amount of time for us
Nope.
Yeah, well, the holidays popping up.
with the holidays in between? It doesn't feel long enough. What if we targeted like March?
I
April.
think that's a good idea because things are also still changing, like in real time,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
our protocols, all of that stuff. I don't know what the benefit would be, really, or what the loss of benefit would be to push it to a March or maybe even April.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I think we picked those dates because of the holidays, but we also sorry, not because of the holidays, because they were days when there's like regents testing or something, some sort of break there where kids would be available. But I think we could probably also identify a date in March or April where it would work. Felicia, what do you think?
I know we usually did it in March and April in the past, and I know that something that we discussed was moving it up earlier in the year only because a lot of internship opportunities and job opportunities are taken and filled by April. A lot of the organizations that we reached out to said that they had already filled, what they needed. So I know that was one of the reasons why we said we wanted to move it up. But I'm open.
What if we did like a little bit later in February?
Yeah, February. Yeah, that might work.
I think that makes sense.
Can we try to find some dates that work a little bit later in February?
Isn't there a break in there or something, or no? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's President Week.
Oh.
Is that going to be, do we think it'll be more effective to do it in a break, or do we think it'll be more effective to do it after school?
I think
That's a
while
good question.
session, if we're leaning on like guidance counselors and teachers to like push kids to go, I think it should be when school is in session.
Yeah. And February is pretty solid except for the end of February, with the 21st through the 25th. But we could also try to hit like at the week after that, like literally I guess that February only has 28 days, right? Just looking at a calendar. Okay. So February, yeah, it's tough. There's tough. There's the 28th is a Monday. And then after that, we get into early March. I guess if we did really early March, we might be in better shape. Like, what if we did like March 3rd or March 2nd?
I think that could also work.
But March 3rd is
March
listed
might be-
as after parent-teacher conferences. I'm looking at the DOE schedule.
Real. March
March
3rd
3rd.
is, right, but March.
Parent-teacher conferences for elementary.
So it'd be a busy time for schools.
So what about mid-March? Because February, I'm not saying it's gonna snow, but it's gonna be cold out there, and I'm not trying to go. No, let me stop. But it might be inclement weather. If it's inclement weather, do we have to reschedule now? And not saying that it won't snow in March, but I'm not sure.
So we could hit March 9th or 10th. I'm just looking at, those are like, whatever, it's for middle school students and D75 students.
And when is Easter this year? Or
like
next year?
Easter break?
That's April, or is it gonna be March?
That's going to be spring recesses in April, late April.
And April 15th to the 22nd, spring recess, inclusive of Good Friday and Passover.
Okay, so we're good then.
All right,
Yeah.
then if we did March 9th and 10th, that's a Wednesday and a Thursday. We float them as dates from 4 to 6 p.m. It'll give a little bit of breathing room from parent-teacher conferences. Students will be in session. It'll be a weekday. The weather should be better than it is in February. And maybe we'll catch folks early enough that internships and stuff are still available for the summer. And it'll give us enough time. Does that seem reasonable?
Sounds good to me.
Mhm.
We just got to confirm a location in the next month. And now we actually have 3 targets to reach out to. And then we could be in good shape. Bring this thing back.
Primo, I think like we have to also anticipate vendors not wanting to be in person, right? So
Mm,
it might be, I don't know how we could kind of take that temperature, but it might be worth for us to just kind of just reach out to maybe some vendors from the past and just to kind of get an idea, like, are people actually willing to do anything in person? Maybe they are, I don't know. But if the answer is, you know, that it's just, that's much harder, it could be that it's much harder to, you know, to get people to come in person. So
yeah, it
something
could be.
to think
I
about.
think by the same token, obviously folks are experiencing a shortage in labor right now. And probably any opportunity to get back in front of folks and pitch jobs will be welcome. I don't know if that's the case for hiring high school, college students, but I know that's the case where I work. I'd love to be able to do an in-person job fair right now. Even if it's just wearing a mask. The vaccination question may be one that they raise, but we may just have to do a smaller job fair this year, you know, and it may just end up being that everybody has to provide proof of vaccination and we'll lose some of our students in that case. But I think it's a good idea to take temperature. Who are some folks that you would recommend reaching out to? You think just hitting up the whole spreadsheet, or are there specific folks who you think would be quicker to respond and let us know?
Yeah, I would just email everybody and say, hey, we are planning, you know, an in-person event, job fair. Would you be interested in coming in person? And then something like that, right? So,
Mhm.
and then they can respond to that and we can follow up accordingly.
Yeah. I think we can probably do both things simultaneously, right? See if we can find a spot and also reach out to the vendors. Because we can always cancel the physical location if that's something that we need to do.
Is it possible when we do the registration link to have the students like choose a time slot that they come in and hope that maybe they stick to that to kind of gauge traffic a little bit, so we only release a certain amount of RSVPs for a certain time slot?
Yeah, I think
That's a
that's a
great
good idea.
That's why we got Talisha on here.
Absolutely. That is a great idea. So we can hook that up and try to filter students a little bit more intentionally through the space, and maybe that'll help the vendors ease and it'll help us reduce the viral load, which certainly we'll have to do. Masks required.
The
But
viral
also,
load. Listen to you, Primo.
I mean, you know, I'm concerned about it too.
Well, I got my 3rd shot, so y'all do what y'all want to do.
I'm boosted too. I'm still not trying to get COVID though.
I know. Tell me about
it. You never know. So great. These are some good next steps. Matthias, what else aren't we thinking about?
Oh, money? Or do we have to have money when we have to put that
Yeah.
in? And who we
Dante's
send that to?
been supposed to send us budget spreadsheets for like a year, so.
Dante, the quiet one over there.
Yeah, Dante didn't want you to bring up money.
No, it's not a problem at all. No, I'm just finalizing the form.
You've been finalizing that form. What draft is this, bro?
We heard that from the last district manager.
Oh my gosh.
You will get it this week. It will be this week.
This week. Okay, I'm gonna
Let's
text
write
you.
that down, this week.
So I'm putting it in the minutes.
But we appreciate anything you could do though, because sometimes it takes a while, and I'm throwing that out there and stuff. So we know if everything goes as planned, we're not like scrambling at the last minute.
Of course. Yeah, 100%. Considering you guys are looking at late February, March, I think you got plenty of time and it shouldn't be that big of an issue to accommodate. So I will make sure that I get you that budget form. And then when you guys solidify what it is you're trying to do, I'll look over it and we'll work together to get it done.
Go get that seamless, bro.
Yeah.
And also, Warren and the chair of the board, whose name I'm forgetting at the moment, Fred, have promised their private fundraising expertise for us as well. So not only will we hopefully have the district's support, we'll probably also have a little bit of side money too for pizza and stuff.
Okay, side money.
Yeah, and listen, like we don't need this. This in the past has never cost a ton of money. Really the only thing we spent money on was, flyers, which we got to bring up flyers. And if we even do like paper flyers, that's still a thing. 2021, and pizza and water. Right, that was it really.
Yeah,
So
that should be easy enough to answer. Sorry, go ahead, Talisa.
no, it's okay. Because of COVID, I would say that we might not want to do the pizza unless we have a designated space that they can eat in. So maybe like we do like a little swag bag that has like, pretzels and a bottle of water or something like that in there so they can eat that
Right.
after.
Smart.
Like a
that
grab and
makes
go
sense.
kind of thing, because I know at my
Yeah.
church, we're doing stuff like if we have an event, it's already packaged, good to go, glad to see us, glad you came by, here you go, and out the door.
Yeah.
Also for the different venues, just to find out if they have table setups, like do they already have the tables? I don't know if the Armory does have tables they could give
I think
us.
they have some tables, but I'm not sure how many we would need though.
Yeah, and so that
that's
could
a
be,
good
to
point.
rent could be a cost, but that's worth just asking each place if they have any.
Yeah, for the Beacon, we rented the table.
Oh,
Oh,
you rent
it's funny
okay.
because
from an outside vendor instead of just using like cafeteria tables or something.
yeah, that's right. And it's because then what happens is, because Medgar Evers would charge us for the room but not for the tables, and then
Right.
Beacon we had the room but not so it was about the same amount of money. Maybe the tables a little less.
Interesting. You rented them from Flatbush Beacon or you rented them from someone else?
Oh no, Flatbush Beacon is just a public school, right? It's
Yeah.
You were there, right, Primo?
Yeah.
Last time we did it.
Yeah.
The chairs came from some vendor that
Party rental,
I think
yeah.
it was- yeah, right. Like
Oh,
I think we've
interesting.
used them. The board uses them.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, seems to me like the most important thing for us to do is see if we can get a location and also take the vendor's temperature on doing an in-person job fair. And if we can get those two things figured out, let's say in the next week or two, then we can start moving forward with doing things like flyers, starting to put that together, starting to put together a registration link, starting to reach out to schools and starting to build towards this event. And, we'll figure out the money in between.
And don't forget about the T-shirts, right? We used to have T-shirts. I don't know if
That's
we
right.
do want to do that.
Who was the t-shirt guy? Didn't it come from what's his name?
Yeah,
which
what's
table-
his name?
Didn't
Was it
Yaakov?
Yaakov?
Yaakov has money.
Yaakov.
Yeah, we
I
Yeah,
don't know if
Yaakov.
I don't know if Yaakov likes anybody anymore.
Yaakov has to spend down his budget, so he'll be. This is not about just if he could do it, he'll do it.
Oh, that'd be nice though, because those were nice and people really like the t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
People love a good t-shirt. I love a good t-shirt.
And actually, Yaakov paid for the flyers as well.
Wow.
Oh.
See, he's a pretty good guy there.
Doesn't he have a Connect though? Wasn't it the Connect paid for, or was it, did it come from Yaakov?
Well, he has like he runs a nonprofit, so it was through that. I forget what it's called. That's like the little. You remember Ada, or who else was there? Talicia.
I don't remember the name of his,
Operation something. Operation
Oh.
Survival.
yes, that sounds like it.
Yeah, it was like a drug intervention.
Opioids. It's an opioid.
Opioid, right? Program.
Okay, okay, Yaakov. It's an intense name. I guess it's an intense issue. Okay. I don't know that there's a terrible amount more for us to do today with this meeting. I don't want to like waste y'all's time, but I think like there's not going to be too much for us to do until we have a location locked down and we understand that vendors actually want to come.
I
But if
just have
there's, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
one suggestion. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we go through the list and kind of see like who we should keep and reach out to who was actually beneficial during the times that we did have the job fairs, and kind of knock off whoever wasn't.
Yeah, this precedes my knowledge set. So I think it's because, you know, I've only been here for whatever it is, 2 years, 2 COVID years. So I feel like that would be you and Matthias and Ada who would have that information.
So will we have like a date of when we would be reaching out to them? Are they gonna do like, are you gonna do, I don't know, you know, I'm old school, I don't know what that thing, monkey survey or something with 3 or 4 questions on there? And ask them, you know, if they're interested in person, blah, blah, blah. And would they be able to participate? And, you know, so that we kind of know once y'all whittle down the list, because we'll probably have to still do like social distancing, and we can't be like all on top of each other like we were before with the tables.
Will there be a mask
with the-
mandate?
I think we had like, because I think we had like 40 something vendors, right? Matthias, over there at Beacon. We had like 40 something people. It was packed up there. We had like 600 people.
Yeah. It was good. So yeah, they were we have all that stuff. We have all those contacts somewhere in some spreadsheet. But yeah, they were so because what we ended up doing was we shifted kind of the focus to more actually organizations that employ versus programs that have, you know, training programs and that kind of stuff, which is also can be helpful, right? But I think we know from feedback from young people that they want jobs, right? They want a weekend job, they want a summer job. That's what they really want. So that's why we had a whole bunch of summer camps. At some point we had people from Coney Island, what's it called over there, Luna Park. Yeah, stuff like that. Actually, you know, I know the chat's disabled, but did you guys hear about the Jay-Z job fair he's doing in Madison Square Garden?
No.
No.
Yeah, so that's an interesting like precedent, right? Like in this pandemic era. So apparently they're doing it. I don't know. I was gonna share the link. Maybe I'll just email it to you guys. Or you could just Google it, Jay-Z job fair, comes right up, MSG.
And
Yeah.
they would have the name of the vendors there, because I think that the people are, the employees are kind of thirsty this go round than they have been in the past. And there might be some better opportunities for employment this go round as in previous years. Because, you know, some people really was just, you know, trying to give them a couple of jobs, you know, a few things, where now the people are really thirsty for employees. So maybe they may have opportunities that might be prior to some employment, because I thought I heard something about they're changing some of the requirements so that they can hire people younger now and do different things. So I don't know. If we could link into the Jay-Z website and see if we can get some heavy hitters that have really good jobs, good paying jobs, that maybe some of the high schoolers that are going to school but get out early, if their parents would allow them, they can have like a job after school.
I think it's taking place November 18th.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like right around the corner.
Also, if you look on the website, it says that in order to get into the venue, you have to show proof of vaccination. So I guess
There you go.
See, they ain't playing.
Yeah.
there might not be a way around it.
There might not be a way around it. We might just have to roll. I mean, it may also just be a good decision to make, a community health perspective. But I think that, so I have the list up in front of me of who was at the fair. So we have after school at PS, at least of the contacts, right? Atlas DIY, Bed-Stuy YMCA, Black Girls Code, Boys Club of New York, Brooklyn Museum, the Brooklyn Public Library, Brooklyn Woods, CAMBA, CB9 itself, the DA's office, the Department of Corrections, FDNY, Fresh Air Fund, Interfaith Medical, Beacon, NEW, which is non-traditional employment for women, and MIC, I don't know what that is, NPower, Nurses Association, the Board of Elections, NYC Parks, I'm almost through it, NYPD Explorers, NYPD Recruiters, Park Slope Day Camp, OBT, Trailblazers, US Army, Europe, YMCA Armory. I mean, that's a pretty good list to reach out to and see if they'd be interested in coming back.
And
Yeah.
I'm not promoting the major Owen Center, but a lot of the tenants over there, they're looking for kids now or young
Yeah.
people now. I know that Imagine Swim, they're looking for instructors.
I'm
They're
sure
looking
they could fill a bunch of tables for the summer camps and stuff.
Right, they got, Digital Girl, there are different ones in there. They're not a lot, they're like, I think 11 vendors, but I know that because of COVID, it's pushed everything back. So now they're scrambling, trying to get people to work.
Everybody is, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if you think about like we've talked about this in the past, actual paying jobs for kids, it's almost exclusively 16 and up, right? Sometimes 17 and up. Like there's very little opportunity for kids under 16 outside of like the internships. And then, what is available to the younger crowd, and by younger, I mean like 16, 17, is typically like the summer camps, the after school programs. Because even, I'm sure the swim instructors have to be 18. I don't know, maybe not. I know the lifeguards don't have to be. But yeah, so that's also something to think about when we start planning for vendors and, where to kind of focus attention. Is it going to be more jobs, more programs, internships, like what's available?
True.
Yeah, I think it could be all the above. Theory. All right, so I can reach out to the vendors. Mia can reach out to some of the spaces. Sol, welcome. Hello, good to see you. Brief recap is that we decided to push the Youth Expo into March. I think that there's a lot of question marks still with COVID. Some rules are still shifting around. We want to get a sense of whether vendors are willing to do an in-person event and actually show up. And then we've identified 3 locations that we'd like to pursue most heavily, being the Major R. Owens Center, and then 2 schools in the community, which are PSMS 61 and Flatbush Beacon. And so we'll see if either of those 3 can translate, and we'll see if vendors would like to do an in-person event, and then we'll give ourselves more than 3 months to pull it off with all the holidays that are going to occur in between.
And what is the goal of the Youth Expo? Like, what are like some of the events or, things that we want to have available for the youth? And is it going to be like something open with quite a bit of kids, and I guess with COVID, I know it's going to be tricky because like even I was planning some things and so many of the rules I can't do some, I wanted to plan a trip to take the kids somewhere and it's not even going to be able to happen
Yeah.
with the younger ones, the middle schoolers. So what is the focus or the goal of it?
So the goal is really to do like a job internship fair. Start thinking towards the summer for kids and maybe even the late spring. We'd be targeting kids kind of 16 and up, although we'd open it up to kids who are younger if they're able to attend. Talicia was making a good point, which is that if we can do it in some sort of shift structure where we have, let's say we have 100 people, right? We can do shifts of 30 kind of going through the fair so that we reduce the amount of people who are actually in the space. We'd look to do it from like 4 to 6 on a Wednesday or Thursday.
So is this like, would you be getting like SYEP stuff out there? And is that what it's kind of, and then like, is like other businesses or other organizations that take youth on to do internships? That's what you're like targeting? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a couple organizations that I could link into that.
Yeah, if you could reach out to them and ask if they'd be open to doing an in-person job fair, that'd be helpful just to understand whether, there's even a appetite to do a thing like this in person.
Okay, that sounds great.
Awesome. We have like a little template letter. I'll add that to my to-do list too. I'll share it with you. But yeah, it's a hard year. Everyone's trying to get back in the swing of things, but the COVID rules keep changing. I think they could look very different by March also, depending on the level of vaccinations we see from youth, which is just being rolled out this week, right? For kids in that younger age group. So we also haven't been through the winter, which I know that everyone is really afraid of, right? There's fear of that. As people move indoors, we're going to see an increase in illness rising. So hopefully we don't see that. And if we don't see it, maybe things are going to feel very different coming out of the winter. Fingers crossed. Everybody stays healthy. Okay. So we got a robust, hearty list of next steps to get figured out before our next meeting. Our next meeting will be when, Mia? December.
Well, and I was just about to mention that Hanukkah starts November 28th and runs through the first week in December. So the board will not be conducting any committee meetings until December. Hold on, December 7th.
That feels right. What's today? Today's a Monday. Oh, so we can't do the 6th, right? So no. Maybe we should do the 13th. Is that fine for folks? Mia, what? Tell me.
I'm thinking the 7th would be better for you.
Would it be better for us or would it be better for you?
Yeah, no, for you guys. The general board is going to be pushed back. I don't think anything is happening the week of the 20th. So that pushes executive back. That pushes everything back into a crunch. So the sooner you can meet in the month, that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, it should be fine. I don't currently have anything for the 7th. Is that okay with everybody who's here in the meeting? December 7th?
That's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Yeah. The Tuesday would be good.
That works.
Oh, Tuesday. I thought we were switching days.
We were, but the problem is that we can't do, December is just a tricky month because of all the holidays. So we're not allowed to meet on the 6th because it's Hanukkah. And then we can't meet on the 13th because there won't be any meetings the next week. So everything's going to get pushed out. So it's just a funky month.
So if it's going to be a Tuesday, it starts at 7:00?
I would be open to starting a little bit earlier if it works for folks.
Oh, earlier is not better because I'm not working with the schools. That's why I was asking, because I'm in the schools till like 7:30 on Tuesdays. Yeah, I mean, that school's not that far, but it's like I'm not gonna get home till like 7:45. So I was gonna ask you actually to push it down if
Got it.
possible. But I mean, it's not just for me, so I guess it's whatever works. But I know that if that's the case, I may not either make it or I'll be really late.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe me and you can link up separately too, because
Okay.
I can always talk on that Monday.
Okay.
So maybe me and you want to link up on Monday. For everybody else, does Tuesday, December 7th work?
That's
Yeah, for
fine.
me, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, cool. And then Sol, me and you can connect and we can talk through kind of what's going on with the folks that you've reached out to, and I'll give you an update on how things are going before we meet. So I'm gonna put this on my calendar, and Mia, can you hook us all up with a calendar appointment?
Gotcha.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. I've got a lot to do for the in between, and I will actually do it. I might even do it tonight. So it just gets done. Mia, when do you think you can get out some of those emails?
I'll shoot them out tomorrow.
Perfect.
Do you want to expand the Google form so that we're continuously updating, so people are checking in when they're available to see what's going on and what's still outstanding?
You mean this document?
Yeah, kind of expand it and just create like a working doc, like a
A
planning
work
doc.
plan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. And we'll send it in the follow-up email to this meeting, which will go out later this week. Keep it rolling. All right. Thank you all. Go enjoy your dinners and your evenings.
Thank you too.
Thank you for being
Okay.
here. Appreciate it. Good group.
Thank you,
Rock and
Primo.
Okay.
roll. Have a
Bye,
good night.
Thanks,
Be
Primo.
good.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
Mia. I made it.
Mia.
Hi, Cole.
Hey, I wanted to think because I never knew your face to your name.
Oh.
So like I wanted to thank you because you had helped me with some information when I was trying to do the Juneteenth thing.
Yes,
So I wanted to say thank you because I was like, I knew the name, then I'm like, oh, that's Mia. That's who sent me all that information.
Oh, nice.
So I
Glad that
wanted to
worked
thank
out.
you for that.
You're
Yeah, I
most
appreciate
welcome.
you.
Most
Yeah.
welcome.
All right.
Alrighty, guys.
What's your role?
Good night.
What's your role with the
Night.
group? I'm sorry,
I'm
I'm trying to do 2 Zooms at once
Oh
because
no, it's
they're
fine.
like
I'm the
this
assistant
one
district
collaborated with this one, so I'm like trying to.
manager. Do both.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm the assistant district manager at the board.
Okay, all
So
right,
yeah, I'm covering youth services, one of my favorite committees.
got you. All right,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Though I wanted to just say that.
Most welcome. Take care and have a good night. Have a good
You
night, Miss
too.
Sophia, as well.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.